Missed that? Shows you.
I wouldn't put it past us, Danny, that once in a while.
I was going to say, that is the funniest deep analysis you and I have ever done, where we were both just missing the obvious fact that that shows everybody that we do have the eval bar on the analysis board for the fans, but neither Eric or I are looking at engines, and as soon as B4 was played, I was like, duh, tactics trainer.
It was pure calculation, just
yeah.
I take there, he takes there, in the end, there's this pass pawn on the B file.
Okay, well, Vidit strikes back. All right, so there you go. We have a match. We have roughly 40 minutes left, I guess, as we prepare to head into the 3-minute portion. Shout out to everybody over the last few minutes that have joined, all the subs, all the bits, going directly into the players' pockets. All right, we're back to, hey, guess what we just had? Our Wesley heard the call. The people want more than a Catalan, and Wesley is going to deliver.
Yes, they're playing this very fashionable line of the closed Spanish. But Vidit, from what I've seen in his games here, usually does pretty well. He played this against Russia at the Olympiad, and he drew very comfortably.
And he's just taking pawns with no like nobody's business. And I get so scared in these positions just because of the bishop pair, and feel like no matter how many pawns I win, Eric, I have B5 isolated, D5 isolated, F4 overextended. So tell us what Black has here long term.
Black has the pawn.
Okay,
White has the play. That is it. In some positions as Black, you want to get a pawn on G6 to stifle that diagonal. Put a bishop on F6 to challenge the dark square, and bring your king to like G7. But here, White has compensation. Black has the pawn, and that is the battle. We're gonna see White try to provoke openings in the pawn structure in Black's king side, maybe Queen D3. We're going to see Queen D3 with pressure on H7, but also
then there's even H4 coming in a lot of positions. The knight is sort of overwhelmed to guarding. This
in Blitz, this makes sense to play as White because I mean getting compensation here and putting pressure on is a little easier than in a long game. So Wesley's choice here makes some sense.
Maybe Vidit, remembering his win, as you said, for his team versus Russia in this line, but from a practical perspective, in a rapid match, I mean, now my bishop can come to B2. More weaknesses have opened up.
Yes. Well, bishop. I'm ready to play bishop F6. It's not pretty. It still looks like a loose king, but hey, that's still a pawn. So the bishop E2, bishop F6. I don't want to trade the bishops as White, so I'm trying to look for something more. Maybe bishop B3.
Maybe you can still go for your H4 idea and then H5. Maybe Harry's not done with his plans here.
Yeah.
Right as I say that, E. Lindauer shouts out in the chat. We also had a comment earlier in the chat. Shout out to Brian Chesscake saying that MVL is like the Belgium here of the Speeches Championship, constantly making it to the semis, but always runs into Nakamura. So we'll remind all 5,500 of you that we have here, remember, this is only the first match this week, Thursday, October 11th. Be back here in 2 days as we move on to the next big match. So, Nakamura versus MVL. All right, H4 did come in.
Yeah, because he was threatening Queen D4 there. And now things are going to really open up. This looks so scary to me for Black, but
here comes
D4 was a good reply. He had to stop Queen D4.
Oh. Rook takes G6 would be okay, not happening. But
I can hear the moans, Danny.
Exactly, but how do we stop the inevitable happening? I mean, knight E5, I play Queen E4 and just renew the threat, and D4 is still falling.
Yeah, knight E5, Queen E4, bishop F6. It looks so loose. There's got to be something.
Feels like Wesley, regretting his blunder from last game, is about to push this match right back to the 2-game lead where he feels like it belongs.
Danny, are you the type of guy to play knight H8?
I might have to.
You never consider it.
Would I rather the bad things happen on the G file than play knight H8? In some cases, yes.
Would you rather? That's a fun game.
Yeah, that's also have you never, have you ever. I know you. Yes. I know the chess brawl parties are full of would you rather and never. But okay, we're gonna.
Never have I ever. But
never have you ever played? Never have I ever.
Knight on H8.
Only move actually. I mean, it feels.
Is it actually the only move? Then I'm actually going to pat myself on the back. Knight H8.
Oh, he goes for
No,
95, but that's the move I said. Queen E4
something
comes.
looked off here. Queen E4
Yeah.
is good.
Queen E4. You know what you even have now that the A2 G8 diagonal is open is threats of bishop B3 and new nasty problems.
Bishop F6, right?
Bishop F6. Maybe I just take D4.
Just take on D4, yeah. I like Knight H8.
Yeah, I think your move Knight H8 was the last chance, and I think White.
I don't think it's a good move, but I just you know, you don't get a lot of opportunities for that.
Yeah, I think Knight H8 was met by Bishop B3 anyway, as Chess Learning has pointed out in the Twitch chat, but it doesn't really matter because Knight E5 is busted.
So Bishop F6 or Rook F5. Maybe Rook F5, and that gives my king space on F8. So there's way less mating nets. I can start considering.
Yeah, he goes for it. He hears you.
So
I still think D4 is our.
So Bishop takes D4. Question, Danny. After Bishop takes D4, do I have Rook H5? No. Okay, no, I don't. I was just thinking that maybe No, it doesn't work at all.
It would be quite fun. I mean, Eric is looking at tactics like this. You try to get involved in this diagonal, and his point is that if White can't play Bishop D4, King F1 is Rook H1 after Queen B6. But oh wait, Queen B6, the Rook's on it.
Yeah. Okay. No, I had no moves there.
No, it's an interesting. It's a desperate shot that may have to be played. He plays Bishop D6, so he's holding on for dear life.
Vidit's playing this well. I mean, I think a lot of us would have lost by now.
Yeah,
it was a really, really dangerous.
If I didn't know any better, I would say that Wesley just gave us a Nakamura number 11, the scowl of disbelief, as we call it.
Oh, he's giving that look.
Have you seen that? I haven't seen. Is Wesley becoming more animated? That's never really been his style. Whereas Hikaru's got enough facial expressions to, insert ridiculous reference that Danny will be made fun for later. But okay, Wesley just gave us a scowl. Nakamura number 11.
But he might be replacing Nakamura. He's higher rated, and maybe
he's going
to have a higher rated scowl and everything.
If Wesley starts bringing his own faces, I might have to get a fathead in the office.
Fatheaded. Is that what they're called?
That's kind of like the moment. I know all these top chess guys. They're like, yeah, they want to be 2000 whatever. They all really just want to have a fathead in Danny's insane office. So no, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's what they're called. I got a couple more fatheads on the way, by the way, for our World Championship coverage coming up. So there'll be some surprises. All right, well.
So he went for Rook H5 as a last ditch attempt, but after Rook takes H4, King G1, the Bishop on E5 will drop back to D4 in case any checks appear. So this is all she wrote. The C5 square is nice because if you trade on E5 and then take on H4, well then I'll be able to play Rook C5 whenever you check on A7 or P6.
Yeah, it's. By the way, he went for your Rook H5, so
yeah,
there's a little bit of vindication there.
I think what you said though when you first saw this position, he's like, "Look, I'm very scared of the two bishops, and look what happened." Right. So I wouldn't repeat this if I was Vidit in a Blitz game.
Yeah, this is whatever he did against Team Russia that worked. Here comes Rook C5, and I think we see it resigns. Okay, not yet, but he'll resign on Bishop E3 or Queen E8 or pick your flavor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that everyone's boss is a fathead thing, but I do have. I feel like people aren't getting my reference here.
I hope I'm not.
No, you got a fathead coming from my office. Don't you worry, buddy. Somebody has something to say about this. He says he will never be replaced as the scowl. Look, compare this to the GIF clip earlier. Tell me whether Wesley's scowl was more powerful than Hikaru's number 11. This is Hikaru Nakamura number 11, the scowl of disbelief in your move. He thinks you blundered. You're welcome.
Yeah, Hikaru there looks like he's scowling or he's starring in Cheech and Chong. I can't tell. I actually can't tell.
Well, you know this because you've played him many. I mean, there's Hikaru number 7, the look off into the distance, right? Pretending like he's frustrated. He's just trying to remember opening theory, right? You know all these. I mean, there's a whole
Yes.
There's a